Good afternoon, everyone. It's April 4th, 2016. I'm Furious Phil, and I guess today I'm just furious about the weather. And I mean the controlled weather. Now, we all know that our skies used to look a little bit more like this blue in between the clouds, or days when it was just blue. But we hardly see this anymore now, do we? It tends to look a little bit more like the top part of this book on a good day, if we're lucky, when we finally get a decent spring and summer. Now, you know I'm passionate about the subject, although I had to just give up the fight because I realize there's way too many people that think it's a joke and it's a conspiracy. So what annoys me is you see your skies being decimated. You're lucky. Like, let's say last summer we actually had 3 good months, and that's 3 months out of the year. I want to say I counted about 15 or 16 days that were really nice. I'm talking not like warm weather, but blue skies. It just doesn't happen anymore. And you know it, it's unmistakable. You feel a sense of just, you're uplifted. But we're getting used to, little by little, it's like somebody that abuses themselves with food or drugs. They get used to that abuse. So I guess what I'm saying is we're getting used to the abuse, and it's very gradual. This snow that we have, hey, look, we get snow in April in Toronto. Of course, it can happen. But what I'm saying is that it's very easy, and it is admitted. I have the documentation here in my hands. Weather Modification Act, 1985, Canada. Anyone can get one of these. Now, is it gonna say that they're doing this every day? No. It's jargon. It talks about the process of doing it. I'm not gonna read that all to you. Owning the weather by 2025. No, this comes from the American military. So riddle me this, it's 2016. Do you think these guys are just gonna get started tomorrow on this? They've been doing this for years. So AKA weather weapons. If you control the weather, you control our moods. You control our habits. You see people on a shitty day, they're all gonna be in a mall. Are they gonna stay inside? And furthermore, are you the type of person that just stays inside all day? Well, then you're not gonna notice. The average person spends way too much time indoors, so I wouldn't expect you to notice. But the evidence is overwhelming. David Keith, who is the poster boy, I guess the Al Gore to the movement. A Canadian, sadly. The cost is so cheap that the richest people on the planet could perhaps afford to buy an ice age. Yeah, you know what? I think that's about right. I don't see all this global warming. I see pictures of some polar bears, which I'm not there. I see our weather. In the last 5 or 6 years, the weather sucks. So, moving right along, another quote, and this is probably the worst one of them all. When asked about dumping megatons of metals into the air in 2012 at a conference by Dane Whittington, David Keith replied, "It's not really a moral hazard. It's more like free riding on our grandkids." What do you want him to do? Spell it out for you? Do you want him to say, "We're gonna spray you with chemtrails"? I guess if he says the word chemtrails, then you have to wake up. So the masses go back to sleep. Agenda 21, Codex Alimentarius. Years in the making, talk about population control. The Georgia Guidestones. Where? In Georgia. Talk about population control, keeping it at 500 million. Well, I think we're a little past that number. If you're like me, I don't believe the world's overpopulated. I don't believe that we don't have enough. We have abundance. There's more than enough to go around. It's the allocation of resources. You want to go out and be a social justice warrior and protest Trump saying a few things he doesn't like about illegal immigration? Well, guess what? That's going to be the least of your worries if they keep doing this. You want to do Black Lives Matter? One guy gets killed? Good on you. But we're all going to die if this stuff doesn't get fixed. And I'm not here trying to fearmonger. I just love life, and I hope you do too. At the end of the day, what I'm trying to do is I know I can't stop this on my own. I know I can go to the gym and squat a couple 100 pounds here and there, but I can't squat 1 billion pounds. We need masses. So I'm reaching out more to my activists. What is the chink in the armor? Worldwide. Is it going to be cops arresting pilots? A military intervention? There's got to be a faction, a military coup of sorts. So we don't have to have minus 15. Oh, by the way, if you look back a week ago on Easter, it was 14 degrees in the southwest, in Toronto, Windsor. It was minus 13 yesterday. Minus 13. Ooh, it's a balmy minus 6 today. I've already rambled on, people. If you disagree with the stuff I'm saying, well, good on you. Email me at FuryPhil. That's Phil with 2 L's at gmail.com. Check out my YouTube. Subscribe to it. It's so easy. And if I don't hear from you soon, then I'm just going to assume you don't give a shit.